As we get set for the holiday weekend, you know, it'd be important to know what the weather's going to be like and how it will impact you. Here to help us look at that is Dylan Lusk. He's the senior forecaster at the National Weather Service in Peachtree City. Dylan, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good. How about you?
I'm doing pretty good. All right, look, you know, what a perfect time for a front to come through and knock this humidity down just in time for the 4th of July holiday weekend, huh?
We love to see it, especially this time of year with everybody going to be outdoors.
So what can we expect? Are there any showers that are going to pop up at all this weekend?
So at least for the 4th, going into tomorrow, it looks like we should be across Metro Atlanta mostly clear at this point, where there's a very, very small chance out there that we could see something on the south side of the metro, but otherwise it's looking like it should be a great 4th. As we go into the weekend, in terms of our rain chances, Saturday into Sunday, we could see a couple of like isolated storms start to creep back into the metro as it's summer, it's July, the humidity is eventually going to return, right? So we could see a couple of storms that start to creep back in, but they should be pretty isolated overall. So it's shaping up to be a pretty good weekend for folks.
Of course, we've been here harping on the lower humidity, right? We've been talking about that because it was so high and it was so hot. We're still going to see temperatures in the 90s, so we're still going to be in like a heat wave here. What should folks know about that heat?
Yeah, so like you said, it looks like we're going to have temperatures that'll creep up into the 90s. We're going to have heat indices. That feels like temperature when you include the humidity and the wind and stuff like that. That's going to creep up to about the mid 90s across the metro through the weekend. So with heat like that, obviously, you know, a lot of us, we live in Georgia. We understand the heat and humidity and stuff like that, but you still got to take care of yourself, even if you're quote unquote used to it or anything like that. You're going to need to make sure that you stay hydrated if you're going to be outdoors, especially for extended periods of time. Also, if you're planning on being outdoors and stuff, and you do, you know, feel that heat getting to you a little bit, don't be afraid to step inside if you can. Take advantage of that AC. Take advantage of that AC and stuff like that.
Absolutely. I have a friend of mine. He's going to be running in the Peachtree Road Race. I told him I was going to be talking to you. He wanted me to ask you this question. I hope we don't catch you off guard. Oftentimes we talk about the heat index. He wanted to know about the wet bulb. And I'm thinking, what do you know about the wet bulb, right? So for runners, is that a key factor to know what the wet bulb is versus the heat index?
Yeah, absolutely. So the wet bulb gold temperature, or the WBGT, as you'll see it abbreviated in places, it was actually formulated in a lot of ways here in Georgia. It's actually a kind of a temperature scale that's designed to take into account what happens when people are actually like physically exerting themselves. Mm-hmm. So it's the perfect kind of scale to look at if you're going to be doing something like, say, you know, running a 5K or a marathon or something of that nature, for sure. So it's a great scale for athletes. We actually provide that information to the public, so you can absolutely find what local temperature forecasts from us. And then during the Peachtree Road Race, there will actually be individuals who are going to be stationed along the course who will actually be taking active readings of the wet bulb temperature. That'll be informing emergency personnel and folks like that, so that they understand how that heat and humidity is actually going to be impacting the athletes that'll be out there running.
So he actually knew something. You're telling me he knew, my friend. Listen, before I let you go, talk to me about the tropics. We have the potential for an area of low pressure off the coast of Florida to form. It's a 50% chance now. How might that impact us?
Yeah, so it actually got just before we hopped on here, it actually got upgraded to 60% chance. So it's going up just a little bit, ever so slightly. It's looking like, you know, with that kind of frontal system that's moved through, this is a very common way we'll get these fronts that stall out right off the coastline, and we can get thunderstorms and stuff that pop up on them. And sometimes this time of year, we can get little tropical systems that'll form up as a result of that just off the coastline. This is what looks like it may happen this weekend. A lot of the models are starting to key in on the idea that we could get something that forms off the Georgia or Florida coastline. It looks like at this time, if it does form, that system would form, say, Saturday or Sunday, sometime in that time frame, and then move off to the northeast, hopefully away from us, and not be a problem, at least for the state of Georgia.
Yeah. So let's hope it stays that way. We'll be blowing to keep it away.
Yeah, exactly. We'll put the fans up on the roof, you know, see what we can do.
Absolutely. All right, meteorologist Lusk, thank you so much for joining us. Appreciate your insight, my friend.
Thank you so much.
All right, take care.